It's crazy, man. I've been thinking about this lately, just to go off on a bit of a side tangent. I've been thinking of the internet as like a different world, and most of us live there most of the time now. Mm-hmm. And coming back to the real world is like showing up in a town that has been abandoned, and everything sucks. Yeah, like you go to buy a plane ticket or to get on board a plane, or you go to a restaurant, and it just feels like service sucks everywhere.
Right.
It feels like we live in an abandoned world. Like, I mean, Steubenville has a lot of beautiful things to it, but
it's mainly the people and not the things.
But many people abandoned Steubenville, right, when jobs went overseas and the town collapsed, as it were. Mm-hmm. The world feels like a collapsed town because we all live in the internet world.
Right.
Always. Right. In our phones. Always. I look forward to fleshing that thought out. If you've got thoughts on that, help me do it. Because do you get my main point?
I think so.
Everything is worse. All service everywhere is worse, as everybody asks for tips. Now, the point I want to get
That's a great line, by the way. Yeah.
A great what?
That's a great line. Yeah, as everybody's asking for tips. Yeah.
But the point I want to get to is, okay, we've all rushed into internet world. And so all the money's in internet world. We don't need you. No one's doing youth ministry anymore. Like, and this sounds cynical, but it's not. Like, people who love Jesus Christ and want to make him known know they can have not only a bigger impact, but can actually make money for themselves and their families if they start an Instagram account or a YouTube account like I have or something else. They know they can do that, so they do that. Right. But as we've fled into internet world, the real world is falling apart, and we actually need someone to fix our toilets and the hole in the roof, or to put a new roof on, or to fix the swimming pool, or to build us a bookshelf.
Right.
And so just when everybody's rushed into internet world to find, an income, many of the needs still exist. So I would think that over the next 20 to 50 years, if you want to make a ton of money, just to put it cynically, you should become a carpenter or an electrician. Am I right? I don't know. I mean, you're the one who runs the school.
That's absolutely right. Yeah, let me flesh this out in a couple different ways. So one, generally, you're right. Look, we don't know how far AI is going to take or all the jobs that it's going to displace.
Well,
we don't know the effects of the technology that we produce. We never do for any technology, but it always transforms the environment in which it was born. All technology does that. But think also about this. When the further you run away from technology or away from the screen, principally, the less that it can do, right? So I remember hearing back in 2019, Elon Musk saying, I'm gonna automate everything. He's saying this to everybody, and then somebody brought up the skilled trades to him. He goes, that might take a while. The further you are away from a computer, the harder it is to be displaced. Okay, so that's true. There's a number of reasons for that. It's not just because you have hands, but also because you have to come in and troubleshoot a different situation every single time, right? In the skilled trades, rather than just the assembly line work, there is a creative capacity because every situation is fundamentally different, and there's a different way of doing every single job. So there's room for artistic expression in every single endeavor. And this is why during the Middle Ages, and you can look at like St. Bonaventure's reduction of the arts to the theology, he doesn't make a distinction between art and building. He puts them in the same category. Okay, so there's one thing there. The other thing, when you were bringing up the financial benefit to it and the degradation of the world around us, it's interesting to note that there is this quantity crisis in the trades today, and like this, Fox News is huge on this. Like, everybody's talking about it. 3 people are retiring from the skilled trades for every 1 going into them. There's 550,000 unfulfilled apprenticeships across America today. These numbers are dire and they're not good. And in fact, the administration is thinking about calling a national crisis on this. It's so bad. Okay, so there's a quantity problem in the trades, but even more so, if there's a quantity problem, there's a quality problem in the trades, almost necessarily, right? And I talk to GCs all the time, every day almost, right?
General contractors.
Thank you. And they just are struggling to find people that will show up to work on time and in the right state of mind. But which is funny to say, right? But that is just like the lowest. I mean, you're just talking about a body at that point. You're not talking about somebody who's a true master of their craft, that's thinking about composites and materials, that's doing research to figure out what's best, right? There is a massive leadership vacuum in the skilled trades today. If you look over at, like, say, mathematics, a different industry, right? Everybody looks to MIT for the standards of research, for the standards of pedagogy, for the direction that they should be taking their lines of inquiry. Like, we have a leader that's guiding the way for everybody else to do. Arizona State looks to MIT, right? There's no leader in the skilled trades today because we have not taken advantage of the creative aspects of this, and the things that we're building are just worse and worse and worse. So we used to build houses that lasted hundreds of years. Now the average lifespan of a house, you know what it is?
No.
50 years, right? Firefighters, they've done a ton of research on this because their life is at stake. In legacy built house, utilizing older methods to build homes, they had 29 minutes before a flashover event, when everything bursts into flames. It's less than 5 minutes today. Right? Our quality is plummeting. There is so much room for real leadership to take on a worthy project. I mean, we're talking about the protection of our home. Like the protection of our families. I mean, a home is a place where you cultivate and nurture your family.
Also our soul. What does that do to the people who have to live in those places?
Right.
What does it do to their spirit? It's sort of like when you go to a restaurant or you go to a hotel and you have breakfast and you realize everything is fake here. Like, even the eggs are made with powder. What do you think I am? I'm serious.
I know
like,
you
it's
are.
really offensive. Mm-hmm. And the yogurt is filled with dye and shit and sugar. And what do you think of me?
Right.
But it's almost like the buildings in which we live that we're being, if we can even afford the buildings that are created at subpar, what does it say about who I am and how I should live?
Churchill said that we first form our buildings and then they form us, right? I mean, look at a civilization that worshipped a carpenter. Look at the Middle Ages. Plenty of problems. I'm not trying to put just a purely golden lens on this, but look, we still go to Europe to visit these gorgeous buildings, right? And that was during an era, again, when we worshipped a carpenter, when we sent our brightest and our best into the skilled trades.
Thank you very much for watching that Pints with Aquinas clip. If you like it, do me a favor, click like and subscribe, and please offer a Hail Mary for the work of Pints with Aquinas and all the people we're trying to reach. God bless you.